Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't think you'd do the same one twice.
Yeah, well.
All right.
Hi, welcome to NerdTalk. I'm Mike,
And I'm Kurt.
and we're here yet again.
Yes, thank you for tuning in again and sharing 2% of your day with us. We have a special guest this evening that we'd like to introduce. Our friend George T. Bush.
Hey, George.
How's it going, George?
Yeah, it's all right. I'm a little bored.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why are you a little bored? What's going on?
I don't know. I could be at home watching paint dry, you know.
Well,
Thanks. I appreciate that.
you know,
Yeah, no problem.
It dries from the inside.
Yeah.
And I notice your mouth it's like you're dubbed.
It is. Well, you know, the technical aspects of the show really suck, I have to say. You know, the technology is kind of far behind, you know.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah.
You're saying your universal translator isn't working.
Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You talk to that guy behind the camera. I don't
All
know.
right. All right. So, should we do nerd news?
Sure.
And you can panel with us, George, on this.
Sure.
So,
Panel,
the
you're
first thing
more-
I have in nerd news is Peter Thiel. Have you heard of Peter Thiel?
Yeah, he's the guy who's been like kind of backing Trump and like backing his paying for his lawsuits,
Legal
paying for his
fees.
legal fees for suing Gawker and
Peter-
stuff like that.
Peter, I felt him up, yeah.
Suing what's his name? Hulk Hogan.
Well, actually, yeah, he was suing. He was setting up the lawsuit for Hulk Hogan to try and bankrupt Gawker.
Yes.
So, he's interested in human blood. Specifically, young people's human blood.
In drinking it?
In having it injected into his body. Apparently, according to Inc. magazine,
Oh, yeah, I heard about this.
he believes that if you transfuse blood from someone under 25 years of age into you, you will live forever. So he's our first vampire.
Yeah, well, actually,
that we know of,
I-
actual real one that we.
there is a little bit of precedent for that. I believe that there's been experimentations where they took the blood from young mice and injected them into older mice, and they found that they had more energy and were able to heal faster from wounds and things like that. So there's something in the blood of young people that isn't in older people. It's some kind of protein. I forgot the name of the protein.
Yeah, it's called Ritalin. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Yeah.
It might be in this article, but too long didn't read. All right.
All right.
So
Oh, yeah, by the way, I have the sunglasses on. I'm in the Witless protection program. Actually, yeah, I got back to the eye doctor. My pupils are dilated.
Sure,
So-
Mike. Sure.
So really,
Yeah,
if anybody
yeah.
wants to, if we can get I don't know. It might be not worth it to get a close-up. Oh my God, that's bright. Okay.
yeah, put it back on.
Yeah,
You're okay.
I'm Bono tonight.
So
By the way, mine are dilated too. See?
Yeah.
are they? That must be difficult. I mean, you don't seem to have any eyelids. Don't your eyes dry out at night?
I don't care.
Do you get like a dog to lick them or something?
No, actually, I kind of dunk them in the toilet.
Are you still dating that number 3?
Number 3, yeah, she's down to a 2 now.
No, she was an actual number 3 from from that program that you didn't get the audition for.
Oh, sure. I don't know.
You don't
I'm,
remember? Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
I'm a little out of it today.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. You look like it.
But I like your euonymus tree here.
Yeah. It's
Yeah. Yeah, you want to miss the bus? Keep talking.
Thank you, George.
You're welcome.
So, Sochco, South Korea,
Okay.
is experiencing an economic boom
In.
because they're getting a lot of tourists. They're getting a lot of tourists because it's the only place in Korea where you can play Pokemon Go
Ah.
because of a mapping issue. Most of the country is blocked off, so you can't play it there except for this one little town. There's a glitch in the map. And so
People have been going there.
thousands of people are flocking to this town. It's kind of interesting.
That is interesting.
I actually wanted to talk about Pokemon Go. We can stop. We can actually get back into nerd news. 'Cause
Oh, sure. What
yeah.
else do you got besides Peter Thiel and Pokemon Go?
And well, there's another thing that it ties into the other subject I wanted to cover tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's going to be like long news with stuff inserted in there, I guess. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Long news with something inserted in there? Yeah, okay.
What you reading, George?
I don't know. It's some sort of a nerd book.
Do you consider yourself a nerd?
No, but I just wanted to find out, what it's like for you guys. So I thought I'd read up on it. I'll let you know.
Okay. Great.
It says sci-fi. So I think.
Did they spell it right?
How do you spell sci-fi? I don't know. Here.
Not SYFI or Y or whatever. However that
That's Siffy.
other channel does it.
That's Siffy.
Siffy. It's short for syphilis.
Yes, actually that is. It's a. It's apparently in Poland, in several Eastern European countries. That's slang for syphilis.
For syphilis?
Siffy.
Yeah, I think the story I'm reading is about syphilis. Yeah.
Ah, what's the book? Persistence of Vision. Yes, it's definitely about syphilis. All right. So, Pokemon Go. I actually have been playing it.
Yeah.
I know that you played it and you didn't have a good experience, so you stopped playing it.
I found it a little bit boring, personally. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get into all the breeding and so forth like that? Not the breeding, but the leveling them up and then attacking or taking over gyms and so forth? Because at first I was a little bored with it, but then I realized there's all this other stuff you can do in it. I actually have some pictures if we can get those.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize you could go to the gym. Can you actually work out with your Pokemon? Can you like go and exercise and?
Well, I mean, if you as you walk, you can hatch eggs. I hatched a Snorlax the other day.
I just want to know, does that hurt when you hatch an egg?
Yeah, I was going to
Yes.
ask the same question.
It's very painful. So I was at Kineticon the weekend it came out, and
Because I really hope that's a hotel. Because I really hope
Yeah.
you don't have that carpet in your house.
yeah, no, everyone was playing the game that weekend, and the hotel was lousy with Pokemon. Like this Rattata, I had to call management. It was in the hallway, and we can go to the next one. And this is at a this wild Pidgey almost attacked my friends in a falafel restaurant.
Is that ball thing? Is that looking up her skirt? Is that what's going on there?
No,
Oh.
no, the Pidgey is looking at me, thankfully, not being
The
improper.
pigeon.
Pidgey,
The pigeon.
you're a pigeon.
Pigeon.
You're not a pigeon.
You're a pigeon.
We have the next one. And Venom Gnat, yeah. I mean, we can go to the next one, yeah. And this coffee, I managed to capture right before it was narrowly escaped getting hit by a minivan because it was playing in the road, as we can see there.
Yeah.
And we go to the next one. This Krabby was very dangerous, and we had to deal with it. It was gonna get Sean and Jesse there, but I saved the day with my Pokeball. There was thousands of people wandering around Kineticon playing this game. Oh, I just wanted the Pokestops. This one, I just like the name of it. It's big, it's heavy, it's wood. Is the big log over on State Street in Hampton.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we can go on to the next one. I'm sorry.
Big
Oh,
Log, by
yeah.
the way, a big fan of Robert Plant. It's a song he did from the 80s.
He did that song?
Big Log?
Oh, Big Log, Big Log. Okay.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you were talking about Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah. I was like, Ren and Stimpy? Robert Plant to the Ren and Stimpy log song?
take me to the bridge.
So this is a Venom Gnat in the grocery store. This is so you got to be careful when you grocery shop that you don't get like attacked by these things. So we can have the next one. Oh, this is my mom was almost attacked by this Spiro in Hamden House.
It's a little bit small. It looks like she could just kind of flick it right off the table.
Did you see the video of the old lady swatting Pokemon all over her house? It was great. And I think I think we got one more. Oh yes, and the gym next door. My Snorlax right now is helping to defend that. So
So is that's a Snorlax?
That's a Snorlax.
It looks like a sumo wrestler.
Yeah.
Okay.
His name is Jasperlax, and he can shoot laser beams from his eyes, and he never tells it to lie. No, I don't know. All right, you can come back to us for now. And I actually took some footage. You want to see like actual gameplay? I thought, showing people what it actually looks like to play.
Because I started and I captured them, and I found it very boring after a little while trying to capture them.
I didn't do anything like taking over a gym, but I just did a couple of videos. The first one is just like showing a Pokestop, which is one of the things that's causing a lot of controversy because people are saying that there's Pokestops in places they shouldn't be. This one is a church. Most of them tend to be church or historic monuments or statues or stuff like that, and you spin them and you get some Pokeballs. And but there's been some controversy with like people getting them in people going to playing Pokemon in the Holocaust Museum and places like that.
Yeah,
Falling into manholes.
Yeah, falling into manholes.
Falling off cliffs.
Falling off cliffs.
What are you doing back there?
Falling into a manhole. Leave me alone.
Okay.
All right.
And I got one more where actually, in case someone's not actually playing the game, I wanted to show some actual footage of what it's like to actually catch one. There's a Weedle in the street there on the sidewalk, and again, I have to deal with it. And
So what exactly is a Weedle?
I don't know. It's some kind of like worm thing with a horn.
Okay.
It's like a uniworm or something. I don't know. It's got a little horn like a unicorn, and eventually you raise it up. You can evolve it up. It becomes some sort of cocoon, and then after that it becomes a kind of bee guy
Okay.
with nasty pokers.
I'll just let you know that uniworm was my nickname in high school. So.
Why am I not surprised?
So, actually, that looks like it could be cool. Maybe I'll have to play a little bit more than just walking on the street. Usually, I just end up having people get in my way as I'm like trying to run or go for my nightly walk down in West Haven. So,
That is
right over by Jimmy's. I shouldn't tell people that. They'll probably figure that out if they play anywhere in West Haven, because that's where everybody seems to congregate. That and Bradley Point. So all kinds of people over there. And people are actually getting out of the house, which is pretty impressive.
Yes. I mean, I walked 10 kilometers to hatch that Snorlax. So
Wow.
that's 10 kilometers I probably wouldn't have walked otherwise. And I've been playing with my son, playing with friends. Elm City Games, we've had Matt Fantastic on the show and on your shows several times.
Yeah.
They host a semi-regular Pokemon Go gathering at Elm City Games downtown.
Nice.
People are meeting because of it. I think that's really neat.
That's really cool.
I really like that.
That's really cool.
The question I have for you, sir.
Yeah. Me or Mike?
If I were to, for you. What the heck's your name? The question I have for you is, if I were to play this Go thing, would it tell me where Elmo is? Would it warn me?
I don't think so.
No. All
No.
right. Well, it's no good then.
Why? You're looking for Elmo?
I'm looking to avoid the guy.
Okay. You owe money? Or the
I'd rather not
restraining
say on TV
oh,
here.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, actually, since you can meet people, are there any like Pokestops by strip clubs or?
I haven't
Anything like-
noticed any. I haven't been by a strip club in quite some time.
All right.
Hi, wife. I haven't been to a strip club in quite some time, so I haven't noticed. Apparently, there are some that are like at strip clubs and things like that.
Okay.
But it's clearly not just a children's game,
Yeah.
and there's plenty that are in parks and completely innocent places. I was up at Six Flags, and that had a lot of Pokestops, which is convenient and gyms. If you're convenient, if you're waiting in line for a long time, you could
Just imagine if they combine that with Tinder.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to swipe right on you. I was trying to spin the thing to get some Pokeballs. Sorry.
Speaking of Pokeballs, anyway.
Your balls pokey, is that
The
what
other night I ran out of regular Pokeballs and I had to use my great balls. All right, never mind.
So,
Yes.
you recently went to
A digital detox.
A digital detox.
Yes, and so actually wanted to talk about this news item real quick, which actually ties into that.
Okay.
A bar in the UK has set up Faraday cages to block cell phone signals. The Gin Tub in Hove, East Sussex. Owner Stephen Tyler says that he wanted to force people to interact with the real world. So the quote from him is, "I just wanted people to enjoy a night out in my bar without being interrupted by their phones. So rather than asking them not to use their phones, I stopped them from working. I want people to enjoy the experience of going out."
I like this guy.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
this guy.
Well, I have to say, it's a much better way of getting people to interact with reality than like walking up and slapping them in the face or something like that. So.
Falling into a manhole.
Yeah. So it's kind of the opposite of being on your phone all the time, Pokemon Go, and just like, yeah. So what I went to was it's an adult summer camp, meaning that 18 and older only.
Yeah.
There are other adult summer camps that aren't quite like Camp Grounded that have alcohol and parties and things that but I mean, they had a party, but there wasn't any substances there, and everyone was just fine without it. But the big substance that they don't have there is the internet and your phone. No digital devices are allowed there when you arrive. There's actually there's a short video. I left up.
Is it in digital form?
It is in digital format. I'm going to turn the sound up on that.
Camp is a safe place where you can be yourself and just have fun.
It's a digital detox. No cell phones, no computers, no cameras. You were completely off the grid.
It was fun to just be free.
Met a lot of people.
I got to show up in a way that I don't think I've shown up in the world.
It was the best thing that I've done.
Not only are you accepted, but you're celebrated.
Everyone was being present, everyone was supporting each other, everyone was loving each other, everyone was playing with each other.
Running into somebody who just has a huge smile on their face, and you're like, what are you smiling about?
Being around inspiring, talented, creative people with intentions can profoundly change you in a very short period of time.
If you just be the best you that you can be, people are going to gravitate to that.
It doesn't matter if you're a musician or if you're the CEO of a company when you're doing archery.
I expressed myself more in 4 days at camp than I had in probably 4 years.
And just to remember that I'm a little kid on this planet. Camp is something that we should try to do every day, to be grounded, to be ourselves, to smile, to
let go and be huge and big and exciting and play and maybe cry and laugh and sing and dance.
It's actually turned into this whole group of people that we spend a lot of time with now.
It's really been life-changing in that way.
So that's their website is campgrounded.org. I think they're a nonprofit. They do these weekends where you go away for 4 days, 3 nights, and you don't have. When you arrive, there's a detox area where you give your WMDs, wireless mobile devices, anything digital, no cameras.
Mm-hmm.
You can bring in a film camera.
Yeah.
But you can't bring anything digital. And you put it actually in a biohazard bag and sign off on it, and it goes into a safe for the weekend.
Where somebody goes in and steals all your contacts. No, I'm just...
They can have, I mean, is that where you've been getting those weird calls from? So, and it's, then they do, they get down to important business, because the next thing that happens to you after that is you have milk and cookies. And
oh, nice.
then they have games and activities. I did analog block printing, where I was carving out a piece of rubber and then making prints from it by putting ink on it and doing
Nice.
that. There was zip line, there was canoeing, there was all kinds of things going on, yoga. The session I did didn't have archery, otherwise I would have been doing that, definitely. But it's really interesting to be in a situation where you're not connected to everything, to actually be present and aware of your surroundings and not worried about other things going on. Like I have a lot of like work and personal responsibility in my life, and to be free of that for 4 days was really, you know.
Yeah. Actually, I took a cruise, and there's a lot of that where you had no connection. I mean, you could if you really wanted to pay for it, but of course, there was also my honeymoon, so why would I bother going on my phone at all? But
I had an experience like that where they took away my stuff and put it in a bag. Yeah. They didn't call it Detox, though.
What they call it?
I don't know, but they only offered me one phone call.
When they made you wear orange, did it feel like you were naked?
I was actually naked. They didn't. I actually took it off when they weren't looking.
But that's probably why you got locked up to begin with. Guys, I don't think you're wearing any pants right now. I'm glad that table's there.
No, I don't believe in pants.
All right.
Well, neither does Donald Duck, so.
Yeah, well.
Or Winnie the Pooh.
Or Winnie the Pooh. So, well, yeah. I mean, that's really interesting. Yeah, I'd like to do more of that. There were a bunch of times over the last couple of weeks where I've let my battery die on my phone, and just not worried about it. Just like.
There's a bunch of times where I've been like at the the dinner table, and I've looked up, and everyone in my family is on their devices, and I'm kind of like, oh, okay, but you know. So I got out mine. Actually, no. Actually, I got out a book a lot of the times.
Uh-huh.
And things like being free of a clock also.
Oh yeah.
No clock. Things are expressed in percentages of the day, and I kind of like run it down a chart about. So before I said 2% of the day. 2% of the day is 28.8 minutes, so it's roughly 30 minutes. And like if you forget what 2% of the day is, you'd say, what's 2% again? And they say it's kind of like a Simpsons episode or an episode of NerdTalk. Or 4% is like episode of Game of Thrones. Feature film, 8%. 0.5% is about 7 minutes, about 2 pop songs. You got to get over there quick, And found that having these, you kind of knew roughly when you needed to be there. And if you were there, late for something, you were late for it. It didn't matter. And the world went on.
That'd be really nice. My job doesn't look at things that way.
Not being connected was really, really amazing.
That's really cool.
So,
well, one day if I can, if I win, I need to go out and buy a Powerball ticket. It's like out for like half $1 billion now.
Yeah.
So I need to go out and buy one, so that way I can not care whether I'm late or not.
Yeah.
Just show up whenever I feel like it.
Yeah. Speaking of show up when you feel like
or
it,
show up with no pants.
You have a taping of your show happening in September. Do you want to plug that?
Oh yeah. I've got my show on September 24th. They're going to be doing It's News to You at Lyric Hall. So you can go to the It's News to You Facebook page and go on there. We'll give you information. We still have one coming up in August here live at the studio. You can come in and watch that. It's great. It's a lot of fun. We have a big studio audience. I think I'm putting George to sleep over here.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll have a big studio audience. It's usually a lot of fun, but we're going to be doing a special taping, hour-long taping, and I'll be editing it down to play later on.
Cool.
Here. We're going to do that, and hopefully we'll have either a band or comedians or some kind of entertainment right afterwards for a good 45 minutes to an hour afterwards. We'll have somebody in there that's going to keep everybody entertained and hanging out for a while, because the show's an hour, and then you don't want to just go home after an hour. So
Excellent.
yeah.
I just found out I'm going to announce it. I have a gig that I think I'm opening for Daniel Ate the Sandwich at the Best Video on September 27th. Come on out and see. I'll be there at the show at least if you want to come say hi or punch me in the arm or something like that. So that'll be 7:30 doors.
Nice.
Probably pre-show around 6:40 or 7:45 of some like video or something like that beforehand, and then music starts shortly thereafter.
Cool.
So
cool.
George.
Ah, I am Spartacus.
Football practice. George, do you have any things coming up that you want to plug?
Tonight I plan to take a shower. It's that time of the week, and I figure,
Is that what that is?
yeah, whether I need it or not, I'm going to take a shower.
I thought maybe an animal died in here, but
No, it's my special scent. It's for the ladies. They love it.
George, you don't have to wash your whole butt, but you do have to wash your butthole.
That's so funny. I forgot to laugh.
Yeah, well.
But you laughed.
That wasn't a laugh. That was gas.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Oh, so that's it. That's all you have coming up is a shower.
Pretty much. That's all I plan to do for today. And I'm through with this stupid book. I still don't get you guys. I really don't understand this nerd stuff. Not yet.
This is probably our least nerdy episode because we talked about not being on computers or on the internet.
Yeah, true. Oh, I can always talk about multiple deploys of Macintosh machines and dual boot Macintosh, where you're booting between OS 10 and changing that, changing between the two and having to do multiple deploys for a school environment, and that's always fun. But even better, Chromebooks and Chromeboxes. I'm telling you, that's the future of home computing. People is the cloud with Chromebooks and Chromeboxes.
As long as your internet works, it's great.
Yes.
Oh, that means it's almost time.
It's time for us. Oh.
I set an alarm so we know when the show was almost over.
Well, fantastic.
Yeah, because I'm constantly connected to the internet, even though I went on a digital detox.
Yes.
So.
Well,
I see it really worked for you there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it's a necessity.
You might need a 12-step group.
So are we? Do we need to wrap up?
All
okay,
right.
we can go a little. Okay.
Well, until next month.
Next month, yeah.
Yeah, actually, make sure that you any questions you have at drosh.net.
NerdTalk at drosh.net. Go ahead and email us. And thank you, George, for coming.
Yeah.
And get back in your box or whatever you live under.
Sure.
Yeah,
back in your manhole.
Later, George. And
yeah.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, crew.
Yes, thank you guys.
And we will
thank you, Kurt.
see you next time.
Yes.